welcome to another Red Alert 3 livecast. I am GBH Michael, and this is going to be game number 3 for the win number 40 finals between the Cyan Allies player at the top of Snow Plow. It is YuiYui, sorry. And at the bottom of the map, it is the yellow Soviet player. It is Dimon. So Dimon versus YuiYui on Snow Plow. So currently tied up 1-1. YuiYui's map of choice is Snow Plow. So generally an Allies' favourite map, people tend to say, as you can get to the centre of the map and place your MCV and get a very nice position there with turrets and a couple of easily placed refineries. But fast airfield comes out of YuiYui. Double refinery, 3 barracks start even out of Dimon. So very heavy infantry player looking to push forward and get whatever damage you can get done from an early stages of the game. Oftentimes, especially on this map, you'll see people follow up with a war factory, possibly after 1 refinery, possibly after 2. 2 refineries a little less all in, but less powerful. So you can get the turret drone, because the inevitable follow up out of this is to go for the naval yard and to get some riptides. Because the airfield most likely is going to fall. Now, something interesting about his placement here is that usually you see people place their airfield around about here, which means that you can fire Molotov cocktails from this part of the land and not have to walk all the way around. But placing it 1 square back means that conscripts have to move that extra, pretty significant distance to actually do any damage. And that's very helpful for an Allies player when going fast airfield on this map. So it's continuously flowing forward through the map. One of the barracks has been sold off, and now it's probably going to be selling off another as this power plant goes down. Now he realises he cannot deal any more damage to these conscripts. There's too many units, and here it is. He comes out the naval yard, and there was going to be the riptides. Bombs down the power plant, delaying the bullfrogs that little bit longer. And I'm wondering what this power plant, this turret placement's about here. Is he potentially going into flak troopers? Because flak troopers are a little bit risky. There we are. Flak troopers are coming out now. Now you can put a flak trooper in here and have some inside this, and defend with the turret as well. But, oh, the MCV push is coming out on the back of this as well. So, Riptides and an MCV push. This is going to be an all-in push out of YuiYui here. Most likely an all-in push anyway. Probably going to move to the water over here. Out of range of all the infantry. But now the MCV out of Dimon realises he cannot take this engagement. He's going for the exact same thing. He's going for the base push. Counter base. Oh, maybe not. What? I'm not quite sure what his plan is here. Maybe he needs more flak troopers first. But YuiYui in position to build turrets right in the main base of Dimon. Selling off the naval yard to keep his power. He's probably going to build a forward naval yard, possibly even a forward airfield, to keep the reload times low. So only 3 Vindicators are out at this point. Trying to focus down some of these units with these riptides, but not quite able to. The flak troopers are in too heavy numbers to allow them to deal too much damage. Airfield out on the front line, like I was mentioning, defended by a turret, which will give him a lot of firepower and a lot of. It will mean that you can get very quick reinforcements. A couple of bears now sells off, goes in for the Peacekeeper turret. Very nice move out of YuiYui. Not only getting the Peacekeeper turret, but getting the rolls off at the same time. Now selling off the airfield, realising that it wasn't quite as cost effective as it could have potentially been. Too many units to deal with these turrets, and he will be forced to sell both of those off. But the thing is, Dimon is stuck on infantry tech. He can't move out of this at this stage. It's going to be very difficult to move into any sort of war factory or anything. He's going to be forced to stick to infantry for now. And with this infantry, he can either defend or attack. At this point in time, he can't really attack, because if there's an airfield built in this main base again, he needs to have units back in the main base to actually defend them. But he decides that he's a little bit hesitant. Maybe he was thinking about attacking, but now realises he can't quite do it. He needs to stay back. After he's got more units, he can start to push in. Maybe send some conscripts in on their own. But I don't agree with attacking at this part of the game. 3 Vindicators are out on the field, and now the conscripts and the flak troopers pushing forward. This could be very deadly to YuiYui if Dimon manages to get into the main base. Turret gets placed down, takes out the last remaining production out of Dimon. And now the barracks is on the front line will surely take out the rest of the economy as well. So a very, very scrappy game out of both players here. Both players essentially just going for a base trade. Both players will lose their main refineries. There's nothing they can do about that. And at the same time, I think I favour the position of YuiYui, because he not only has the Riptides, so Demon can't stay in the water, but he has a lot of tech units. He has the airfield, he has the Vindicators, the very mobile units. He can get around the map and do a lot of damage very quickly. And Demon just has to stay in one place and defend. So currently I'm liking the position for YuiYui a lot more than that of Demon. It really depends though if YuiYui can afford to rebuild a refinery. And he's going to have to sell something off to do this. Sells off both the barracks and now he does have enough money for it. So Vindicator's coming in, seeing what damage can get done. Just poking in, seeing what they can see, but won't actually be able to actually get any bombing runs off. What he really need, probably the best way to do this would be to keep these Riptides around the back, make sure that he can't push forward with these flak troopers. And that's exactly what he's doing. Just making sure that he can't push forward and go for a base trade again. First refinery gets placed down for both players, and it's most likely going to be a second one. This collector though is going to be a little bit annoying because it's going to just delay the refinery that little bit longer. Picking off the walls is just a way of making sure that Yui's vision is taken out of the picture as well. Making sure you can't see exactly what he's doing, whether he's got the collector or not. You can see he's building the refinery at this point, however. So Riptides come in. Actually, there were dogs inside though, so they actually get a very nice box off. But at the same time, taking off both of the Riptides, all of the infantry goes down out of YuiYui, and the Vindicators didn't go for the bomb on the infantry. They instead went for the bomb on the power plant, meaning that all that's left out of Demon is the flag troopers, and all that's left out of YuiYui is the Vindicators. But 3 Vindicators versus, whoa, what is this one? This is not enough flak troopers to deal with 3 Vindicators. You can easily go in, send the first Vindicator back home, and get some 6 free bombs off. And this is not going to be easy for Demon to defend. If YuiYui comes in for the bombing run, he can easily take the game right now. But at this point, Demon deciding not to go for the War Factory ring, just going up to the tier 2 and hoping to, on the back of this, go into an airfield probably. But these Vindicators, if he can get the proper bomb splits that he needs to, he should be able to potentially do devastating damage to this army right now. Sends the first one back, as I mentioned before, and splits off against all these flak troopers, but not nice splits off at all. Only two flak troopers go down, and at the cost of a Vindicator. Just a little bit of like sloppy micro there, a little bit of bad micro. Could have got 3 kills there. Instead, only gets 2 and loses the Vindicator in the process. So a little bit of bad micro of YuiYui there. But YuiYui getting a hidden expansion to the northeast. Nice move out of him there. Oh, and now Cryocopter's on the field. This is what he needs to. This might be what he needs to get back into this game. Losing that Vindicator was not a good move at all. But now, whoa, what? Did he just waste all of his bombs on a bear? That's not a good move. Wouldn't recommend doing that if I were you. But now, Naval Yard coming out from Demon here, probably at this point only going to be going for the Bullfrogs, as he's not aware of this naval expansion. But if he, at a later point, becomes aware of it, he could easily go for an Akula sub and take it out. But nice combination Cryo Shot and Cryo Copter to make sure the production is slowed down enough such that he can't actually get any units out of it. Trying to rebuild another one a little bit closer to land so the flak troopers can defend it is a nicer move. But they might just be out of range. It does look like it's just out of range, so it can't quite get any damage done on this Cryocopter here. MCV once again pushing in for yet another base push. If at first it works, do it again. But now, moving into a main base where there's already a lot of infantry. And he's going right onto land as well. It's not going in through the water path. It's going to be a little bit harder to defend. It's going to be up to Dimon to get a lot of infantry out, a lot of conscripts, a lot of flak troopers, and just try and bomb down the MCV with sheer numbers. Dog comes out, but Dog's not going to be particularly helpful. Nice focus fire on that star rank conscript there, making sure that he couldn't avoid the barks. Our 2 barks are out. Cryocopter comes in, trying to get some harassment around the back as the flak troopers are out of position. Potentially will get the freeze off, but I'm not sure if there's a Vindicator here to actually get the kill. Doesn't look like it, so just freezing down the collector, just slowing it down for that little bit longer. Now another turret is ready, most likely going to be placed a little bit further forward, in range of the barracks, and in range of all these conscripts. A couple of bears would not go very far at this point. A couple of dogs even. Focusing down this turret. Turret will indeed go down, as there aren't enough units out of YuiYui to defend that point at this point. Pterodon finally is out on the field, so he will be able to stop the MCV coming forward much further. But now, all of these conscripts, I'm not sure if there's enough at this stage. There's a lot of infantry, but there are so many turrets. And the airfield as well. I do feel that now he has a leech beam though. He doesn't have to engage with the infantry, he can just stay back and defend while the tanks bombard from afar, which is probably the better move. Nice bark off there, manages to get a couple of nice kills off, and a couple with the cryo shot. Cryo blast even. It's a lot of nice kills off on all this infantry, but at the same time tanks roll in, get some nice shots off on the turrets, but a tank goes down in the process. Vindicator is coming in yet again, focused on one of the tanks. At this point, Dimon probably thinks he's in a much better position than he actually is. He doesn't know about this refinery at the top. He thinks that YuiYui is only on one refinery. But in fact, he couldn't be. In fact, he's very wrong. So we're losing a lot of infantry there, and these Vindicators are being very, very powerful. Slowly picking off whatever targets they can, meaning that Dimon's army is slowly getting picked apart. It's getting smaller and smaller. Every time he tries to do any sort of engagement, things go badly. And YuiYui just pushes further and further forward. And now Cryocopters on the field as well. Cryocopters and turrets. It's a very, very powerful combination for Allies players. A couple of units might go down to this Desolator. But unfortunately do not ungarrison mulliganer turrets. So Dimon, it seems like at this stage Dimon doesn't quite know what to do. Oh, but being on low power, was that an orbital drop or something? No, it couldn't be an orbital drop if he has Desolator. Just building too many units, I guess. Too many buildings. But starting to push forward with a couple of javelins. 3 turrets. This is a very powerful and hard defense to break. This javelin could potentially focus down this refinery here on laser lock mode. That would be a very, very deadly move. Instead, tries to focus down one of the tanks. A little bit of a bad micro out. A nice micro out of Dimon actually manages to force it back while the conscripts could focus it down. But there's so many, 4 turrets in one place. Very little could deal with this. Especially not a small army like this. Cryo blast coming out on top of Dimon's army forces a split, forces a couple of tanks to move forward into an unfavourable location. 2 of them in a lot of danger against these turrets. One of them does indeed go down. So now he's only got 2 tanks remaining, and the refinery is in dire straits. Barracks gets placed down to try and delay the kill for as long as possible, but that's not going to stop it. The refinery will indeed fall. Very, very close to. Just a matter of time before this goes down now. Now Vindicators come in for yet another bombing run, pick off another tank and get out scot-free. And finally there it is, the refinery has gone down. 1 refinery versus 2. And there it is. Demon realizes the situation. I think he's just going to sell out at this stage. Sells off the super reactor. Now he's forced back to tier 1 tech. And he's got a base being built inside his own base. Turrets, barracks, airfield, vindicators, every single thing that you don't want to happen as a Soviet player is happening to him right now. Turret in front of his war factory as well, so anything that comes out is going to have like initial damage to it before it even gets out of the war factory. So at this point, it's not looking like there's going to be anything that Pika can do to come back into this game. But he's not settling out at this point. He doesn't want to give up. Maybe he still thinks there's hope. But if he knew what we knew, he knew there's no way he's getting back into this game. Maybe they're just having a natter, as some people like to do at the end of a game. But Javelin Liz locking down this last refinery, and there it is, YuiYui with very nice play again. Lots of base pushes, lots of turrets, lots of action. YuiYui takes game number 3 and puts a score to 2-1 in his favour.